guys to another Zombicide battle report. We're going to be playing Mission 1, City Blocks from the main rulebook. Now this one is going to have much bigger area, as you can tell. And the missions is we have to collect all objectives marked by an X on the maps. Once we have collected these, we also have to search for 3 specific items. We have to get at least 1 resource of water, 1 rice bag, and I believe the last one is canned food. Once we have all those 3 items, then at least 1 survivor has to make it out the exit, which is right over here. So a lot to do in this first scenario. Let's show you who the actors / survivors are going to be playing in this game. So nothing changed. We're going to be using Kyoko. We'll be using Kirk. We'll be using Phil, aka I am not Rick Grimes, and we'll be using Thaisa. All right, now there was a few things that I did make a mistake on in the first tutorial. When you're viewing inside a building, you can only ever see 1 square. So for example, if you're here, I would only be able to see up to here, even though there's a clear path. Your visibility is very limited, so you're only able to see 1 square in when you're inside an actual building. As far as street levels, though, if you're here, you will always be able to see all the way across, and it's always a straight line. You can never see diagonal, just like you can't move diagonal. Also, as far as zombies will always attack first as an action. If they cannot attack, then they will just simply move to either the survivor that they can see, or they'll follow the noise and they'll go towards the most noise on the board itself. All right, so this is the starting location for all our heroes. Now we're just gonna be distributing some cards here, and we'll be taking out Maul's shotgun and the evil twins, as they are not used in this scenario. And we have our handy dandy wounds here, so let's distribute our cards. Phil starts off with his pistol, so he has no worries there. So first off, Kyoko will be getting a pistol, and she will have that armed and ready. Then we got Kirk. Kirk is going to receive a pan. Not the greatest item, but I mean, what can you do? And then last but not least, Thaisa is going to have a crowbar. And whoops, I almost forgot Phil. Phil also gets his item that he can draw, and he gets the fire axe. Perfect. So he has a fire axe and a pistol. And now our survivors are ready to go, and we're gonna go ahead and start the first turn. All right, so I think what we'll do first is we're gonna go ahead and activate Thaisa. She does have the crowbar, so she can open the door. And we kind of want to start making our way this way and maybe getting these objectives first, working our way down, and then finally getting that objective so that we can exit out here. And of course, we do have to do a little searching for those 3 items. So I think the first thing she's gonna do is she's gonna search. So for her first action, let's see what we draw. And of course, we get a zombie spawn. It's just a regular zombie that's gonna get spawned in that same section. So now she's gonna have to attack. So we're gonna go ahead and beat up on that zombie. She needs a 4 or better with the crowbar, and she nails it with a 6. So there goes that zombie. She's gonna gain that experience point, and that's gonna be her second action. So her third action, I guess we'll just break open that door so that way we can start getting out. Now the only thing is she's gonna be stuck because that was all her actions. All right, so that's gonna be the end for Thaisa's turn. We're gonna go on to Kirk. So Kirk's gonna, actually no, we're gonna go with Phil. Phil's gonna go, and what he's gonna first do is he's gonna trade. He's gonna trade his fire axe and give it to Kirk. And when Kirk gets it, he does receive a free reorganize. So he's just gonna throw that pan to the back so that we can free up his other hand. So Phil, that's his first action. Second action, he's gonna go ahead and search. Plenty of bullets, perfect. So what we'll do is we'll put that down there. And I wanna say, I think you can combine those. I'll take a look at that later. Third action, he's just gonna move, and he's gonna start making his way this way. All right, so that's gonna be Phil's turn. So now it's gonna go to Kirk, and Kirk is gonna go ahead and do a search. And he found a pistol. Yeah, why not? We'll put it in this hand here, just to have it ready to go. And then second action, he's just gonna move out. And I think he's just gonna wait there with Phil. We don't wanna move up too far because spawning will start over here, and we kinda wanna stick together before we make our way this way. And I'm thinking we can probably hit to this area, maybe split up. I'm not too sure, depending on what spawns in these rooms. But if we can get the spawn areas early before we level up, that'll be less zombies in these locations. So that's what we're trying to aim for. Okay, so now it's Kyoko. Kyoko's gonna go ahead and search. And she found a submachine gun. Oh my gosh, these guys are really taking some weapons here. Okay, so we'll put it there. She'll have a submachine gun and a pistol. Now, if she were to find another submachine gun, if you notice these little emblems, that means that they can dual wield and they can actually combine both the dice and they can actually shoot with both of them at the same time. So if she had double pistols, she could technically roll 2 dice rather than the 1 because you're rolling for both the cards there. So that's actually a pretty neat little mechanic. So second action, I think she's just gonna move out. She'll go to here. And actually I should probably, no. I was thinking maybe giving it to Phil, and Phil could have the dual pistols since she already has a submachine gun. But no, I think she'll just hang on to it. I probably should have given it to Thaisa because she's, yeah, you know what? Rather than moving out first, second action, she's gonna trade that pistol and she'll give it to Thaisa. So she'll have the crowbar and the pistol. And now Kyoko will move out and she'll just be right there. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the hero phase or player phase, and we're gonna go to the zombie phase. So here we go, spawning. So we're gonna start from there and then just work our way around. So for the first top area, we're in the blue. So we got 1 walker spawning up on top. Now for that area over there, we've got, ooh, I think that's a fatty. Oh no, that's a fatty and a walker, or 2 walkers, I should say. All right, spawn there. And then for over here, we've got 1 walker, or actually, I think that's a runner. Uh-oh. Yeah, that is I think that's a runner. No, my bad, it's just a walker. So moving over here. And then for the final spawn, which is right there in that bottom area, nothing. All right, so not too bad. The only real problem we have is this fatty coming our way. So that's gonna give us a little bit of time to try and break in through these doors and see if we can't start getting what we need. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna go with Phil. Phil is just gonna spend 1 action to move here. So go 1, second action to move there, 2. Third action, he's gonna take a shot over there with his pistol and see if he can't take out that zombie. And got it with 4. Zombie goes down and Phil's gonna get an experience point. So sweet, the plenty of ammo, as long as it's in his inventory, he can get re-roll 1 of his range die. So that means I can actually move that out of the way and I can carry something else. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so that's gonna be it for Phil's turn. So now we're gonna go ahead and go with Kirk. And oh, actually that would have been a noise marker there since he did shoot. So Phil's gonna move and he's gonna move 1, 2, and I don't think I want to open that door yet because we don't have the whole crew there and she doesn't have, well, she could, but I think that's just causing trouble. You know what? I'm going to wait a turn. I'm going to go ahead and chill out. So Kirk is going to be done. And actually, I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and give Phil, I'm going to trade with Phil. Kirk is gonna give Phil the other pistol, so that way he can dual wield. And the plenty ammo, I'm just gonna move it here since Phil gets a free inventory readjustment, and he's gonna put the plenty of ammo in the back, and he's gonna dual wield those 2 pistols. All right, so Kirk is gonna be done. So now we're gonna go to Kiyomo, and she's just gonna move up. 1, 2. She's gonna be done there. And then we're gonna go with Thaisa, and she's just gonna, I wonder if I should do a search. Nah, you know what? I'll do the searches over there. Let's stay with the group. So let's go 1, 2, and then 3 for her 3rd action. And then all our group's gonna be there. That's gonna be the end of the player phase. So let's go ahead and go to the zombie phase. So these guys move up. And then Lone Walker moves up. Nobody over here. Let's start spawning. First one up on top. We have, hey, still cool. All right, nice. That worked out really well because that means we can start opening up those doors. And on this side, 2 walkers. Still not too bad. We'll spawn him there. Get another walker from our handy tray here. And there's gonna be a whole bunch of mess going on over there. Right down here, spawning. Whew, nothing. And then the final one, we got another walker. All right, not too bad. A walker down here, walker didn't spawn anything there. 2 walkers there, nothing spawned over there. So far, so good. We need to hurry up, open these up, and try and get those objective markers. All right, so I think I'm gonna go with Thaisa, and she's gonna go ahead and just crack open that door. It doesn't cause any noise. So let's open that up, and then we're gonna spawn everything. Whoops, I forgot to clear this out. All right, so let's spawn that room. So with the first room, we've got 1 walker. So luckily we're still in the blue. Go in there, and then that room over there, we've got, looks like 2 walkers. Grab a couple of walkers here. And then the room with the objective, let's take a look what's inside there. We've got another walker. And then for the final room, we've got another walker. Luckily, it's not a runner. Thank goodness. Whoops. All right, so that's that room spawned. So now I think Thaisa's just gonna go ahead and take a shot with her pistol, because that was her first action, was to open the door. Second action is shoot. And she misses. That's a 3. So I think she only has 1 action left. She's not gonna move, so let's go ahead and shoot again. She got him with a 4. All right, so I think we'll go with Phil. Phil is gonna move in for his first action. Second action, he's gonna take 2 shots right over there. So he's got his 2 pistols, so we're gonna roll 2 dice. And he needs 4s or betters. And he has plenty of ammo, so he can roll both dice if he wants. And that's a bad roll. We got 1 and a 2, so we're gonna definitely re-roll because of plenty of ammo. And still a bad roll. Not good, not good. So third action, he's gonna take another shot. Shoot into those 2 zombies that are in the very top. He got 1, we're gonna re-roll this one. And he got it with a 6. That's 2 zombies down. All right, so we're gonna do something a little gutsy here. We're gonna open up this way over here on this side. Hopefully it doesn't bite us in the butt, but we're gonna leave these guys alone. We're gonna go ahead and have Kirk open this door with his machete. And the machete, actually the fire axe, and that one does make noise. So we'll put the noise marker there. And now we need to spawn. So we'll just work our way this way, and then we'll come over here that way. So the first room, luckily we're all still in blue. So it's 1 walker. Then this room, we've got another walker. Okay, and then for the top room where the objective is, we've got 2 walkers. So it keeps getting spicier and spicier. And then we'll find out what's in that last room. The last room, oh great, a fatty. So that means it's gonna be a fatty and 2 walkers in that last room. So now let's spawn this area. So we have, this one is gonna be 1 walker. Kind of getting lucky on these 1 walkers. That was the only bad one, was that fatty there. And then let's go ahead and spawn the next area. It's, whew, nothing. All right, perfect. Now where the objective is, we've got 1 walker right up above, and then the final room. Does it get any worse? No, it's just 1 walker. Still not bad, not bad at all. I think we can do something with this and try it and take everything out as quickly as we can. All right, so I could take a chance, move in here, try and take them out. If I don't, I'm kind of hosed because Kyoko doesn't have a hand-to-hand weapon to get in there and smack. So I think what I'm going to do is the first action was to open. Second action, he's going to move here. Third, he's going to search and see if maybe, just maybe, we can find one of the items we need. And, well, he got a submachine gun. Actually, I should probably trade that to Kyoko because then she can dual wield. And that's going to be it for Kirk. So now it's just Kyoko's turn. And Kyoko is just going to go ahead and shoot over here with the submachine gun. And she's got 3 dice. And we are needing 5s or better to try and take out that 1 solo zombie. First action, she got it with a 6. So it takes out the zombie. And she can't, oh, actually that would make noise. And I really don't want to move in here and just have 1 action. That's kind of suicidal. So I think I'm just going to hold still. I'm going to pass those turns. I don't really need to trade anything. So I think I am going to be done. And we're going to go ahead and go to the zombie phase. All right, so zombie phase. He'll move in. You'll move this way. These guys are all going to move in here. Work their way in. And then, whoops, why is the doorway over here? Door should be right there. He's going to move into this door. Or actually, this is 1 whole room. Oh man, I think I spawned twice there. That's 1 full room. I think I made a mistake there. That's all right, no big deal. And these guys are going to go in through here. This one will move this way. He will move this way. And then he will move into this room right here because there's a doorway right there. These guys are all going to move down because they're going to hear all the noise. They don't have any line of sight to humans. They're following the noise. That one's not open. Nothing spawned there. Over here, he's going to move down or sideways. This one's just going to keep strolling up. And now we're going to do some spawning, and hopefully we don't get another activation, or else we're going to be in big trouble there. All right, so starting from the top, let's do some spawning. We've got 2 walkers. Spawn in there. Another walker over there. Let's try and spawn, or another spawning point. We've got still clear. All right, perfect. Oh, still cool, not still clear, still cool, still cool. This bottom area, we got 2 zombies. All right, and then 1 final spawn, which is right over here on this side. Let's see what we get. We got a fatty, so that means a fatty and 2 walkers are gonna spawn right down here. All right, let's go with Kyoko first. She's gonna shoot right over there. She's gonna have 3 dice. She's looking for 5s or better. She needs to clear out some of these zombies. Come on, baby, let's do it. Well, she killed 1. Pops 1. Second action, shoot there again. Try and take them out. Or actually, she's gonna shoot over here into this area because we take out walkers before we take out the fatties, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that. So yes, it's walkers, fatties, then runners. And unless there's a survivor, they take the hits first. But she's gonna try and spray and pray there. Second action, shooting into that zone. Oh, darn it, she didn't get anything. All right, last shot. We need to try and clear up some of those zombies out of there. There we go. 3 dead zombies right there. Perfect. So now we're gonna go with Thaisa, and she's gonna go ahead and shoot that zombie up on top. And hope that we get a good roll here. And no, that's a zombie. Darn it. Second action, take another shot. And she nailed him. So clears that up. She's gonna get a point there, and then her last action, she's gonna shoot over here, try and at least take one out before she's done, and she does not. Okay, so now we got over here. I think what we'll do is we'll go with, should I go with Kirk or should I go with Phil? You know what, we'll go with Phil. Phil's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot into that same square where he's at. Roll 2 dice, he can re-roll. And he misses, so we're gonna re-roll because of plenty of bullets. And nothing. All right, second action, shoot again. I got him with a 6. That takes care of that zombie. And then he's gonna shoot again. This is his final action. Take another shot, try and take him out. And he does with that 4. All right, so now I just have Kirk left, and I think he's just gonna make a run for it. See if he can't pick that up, because if he goes here, he's gonna get probably manslaughtered by those things. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So 1, 2, third action, pick up the objective marker, and that's gonna give him 5 experience. Luckily, it doesn't flip him or anything. It doesn't turn him to the yellow, so we're still gonna be in the blue. All right, so that's it. That's gonna be the end of the activation. And actually, there would have been a ton of noise there. I think I shot 3 times. So yeah, we're just gonna put 3 noise counters. And then there would have been a bunch of noise here too, because all the shooting they did. So there's probably like at least 4 counters there. So movement for the zombie phase, because we're now in the zombie phase now. And oh boy, we got a lot of company. A lot of company in here. And he's just gonna work his way down, and he's gonna work his way down. That's everything there. These guys are gonna work their way down, work their way to the side, moving up, moving up. And actually, I think he would go this way because the sound's coming from here. These guys are just gonna move down, and he's just gonna move up as well. So we have 1 and 1. Let's start spawning. Here we go. We'll be in trouble if anybody gets extra activations. Top one, we're still in the blue. We're still in the clear. Still cool. All right. So now the other side over there, we've got 1 walker, which is not bad. 2 more spawns, and we might be okay. Hopefully. Here we go. All right, so we got, we got our first runner. Front runner spawns way down here. Better down here than way up on top where I'm at. And in the final spawning area, here we go. And it looks like it's just a walker. So we're in the clear so far still. Not too bad, no extra activations. Let's see if we can clear this up and start working our way this way so we can get those objective markers. Hero phase. All right, so now it goes to the survivors, and we're in a bit of a pickle here because I cannot get out, and shooting is going to prioritize the survivor first before it goes into the zombies. So that means that I need to take these guys out in hand-to-hand, and the only person that has an axe is Thaisa, and the problem is that Fatty requires a 2 damage weapon, in which all I have are 1 damage weapons. Kirk is the only one that has a 2 damage weapon, and I probably should have gone with Phil to get that experience point rather than Kirk, because now I can't even make it there. Oh, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to just go ahead and attack here. Thaisa's just gonna go ahead and strike because she can't move out, because for every zombie in her space, it's gonna cost an additional action. So that means that's an extra 4 actions just to get out, which she does not have. So she's, yeah, she's not gonna be able to do anything. She's gonna have to attack. So here we go. So we need the 4 better with the crowbar. We got 1, so 1 zombie down. All right, so second action, she's gonna go ahead and strike again, see if she can't take out one of these guys. And nope. And we're gonna roll a different die here because that green one got him. All right, so that means we took down at least 2 zombies, which is not too bad. We got 2 we got to worry about. So that's going to be 2 experience points for Thesa. All right, so now we're going to go with Phil. Phil is going to go ahead and do a search. And bingo, we got one of the items we needed, canned food. All right, second action, I think he's just going to go ahead and move in there. Just that she's not by herself, so I'll go ahead and spend a second action just to go ahead and move inside into the street level. All right, so now we're gonna go with Kyoko, and I'm gonna move her out. So it's gonna cost her 2 additional actions. So that means her first action to move, but it's gonna cost her all 3 just to get out of there. And then she's just gonna be right here on the outside. And then finally, we're gonna have Kirk. Kirk's just gonna go ahead and move. 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be right in here. So that means that we'll have at least 3 survivors there. All right, so that's going to be all of the actions for the players. And here we go. Zombie phase is going to be the first thing we're going to do is fight. So they're going to chomp. That's going to be 2 points of damage going into our heroes. All right, so 2 points of damage. I put one on Kirk, so he's wounded, and then I put one on Thaisa. She's got a wound, and that's going to take up some slots from their pack. From their inventory. All right, so now it's just going to be move. So these zombies are going to move in. So now we're having to worry about them as well. And then we're going to have these bad boys jumping in here. They're moving down. This zombie moving down. This zombie's going to move up. Side. Moving up. Same thing with this zombie here. 2 more moving up, this one moving up, and now we're just gonna spawn. So the first one on top, let's see what we got. We got 1 zombie. This might be getting ugly really fast. All right, so second zombie. We're gonna have, oh, see, that would have been an extra move, but because we're in the blue, we're in the clear. That's still cool. And then that was for that side over there. So now I need the bottom one here, which is 0. All right, not too bad. And then the final spawning would be right down here, or not there, here. Another one. All right, so we're in the clear. Too bad it wasn't up there. But that's all the spawning, that's all the movement. So now let's go to the hero phase. All right, so we're gonna go with Kirk. Kirk's gonna try and take out that fatty. He's the only one that can. He has a 2 damage weapon, but he has +1 because of his ability. So that means he's doing 3 damage with that axe. So got him. So that's going to be the end of the fatty. Take him out. That's going to give him an experience point. So that'll put him at 6. If he kills 1 more, he'll get that additional action, which is really good. So next one, another zombie. You got him. And that's going to put him in the yellow, which is not good either, because that means when we spawn, we're going to be spawning yellow. But that's 2 more actions for Kirk. So he's going to have his 3. He's only done 2. So he's going to have an additional action because he leveled up. So third action, try and take out another zombie. He got him. Perfect. And come on, Kirk. You got to take out this last guy, buddy. You got this. You got this. He got him. Perfect. So now these guys are cleared out. And now we're going to need to take some shots over here, though, because we do have these zombies. And we don't want to leave Kirk by himself. Or we could, because Kirk's technically the only one that can take out that fatty. Everybody else has weapons with 1 damage. So I might need to consider that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Thaisa. She's going to go, I think we're going to go ahead and have her move. I could take a shot down here and try and take out some of those zombies, or at least try and take that one out and then save that other one. I mean, it doesn't really matter because I'm already in yellow. I'll take 1 shot and then I'll just move in. So she's gonna shoot up on top to try and take out that zombie on the very top area. And she misses, so oh well. Second action, she's gonna move. And I actually, rather than moving in there, I think she's gonna search. She's gonna go ahead and do a search action, see if we can't find more pieces of what we need. She got a machete, which is good. She's kind of full, so she's gonna have to maybe trade that off. The machete is, actually it's a 2 damage weapon, so I think, oh, but it can't break down doors. I need to spend an action to redo my inventory. I can't just put it in my hand since I already have something in my hand. So I'm just gonna put it in my bag, and I'll worry about that when I do a trade. All right, so that's gonna be it for her. So now we're just gonna go ahead and go with Phil. Phil's gonna go ahead and take 2 shots up there, see if we can't take down that zombie on the very top. And he got it with a 4. And then second action, he's gonna shoot down here, see if he can't take out some of them zombies. He got the re-roll, so let's re-roll it, and it gets even worse. And you know what? He's gonna shoot again. He's gonna try and, he got 1, we're gonna re-roll that one. He got both of them, so all we have left is just that fatty there. So I put all those noise markers because she shot once, Phil's shot 3 times, and actually killing those 3 zombies put him in the yellow. So that means he's got an additional action. So I could either stay with Kirk, or I can go ahead and move on with Thaisa. And I'm thinking about moving on with Thaisa. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and move, and I'm gonna use Kyoko to go ahead and move in with Kirk and kind of give him some backup. So actually it's just Kyoko left, and she's gonna go ahead and do a search. She's in that room, so I might as well spend her action to search. Plenty of ammo, nice. All right, so we're gonna keep that. Her second action, she's just gonna move in here because you can only do 1 search anyways. And she really can't do anything to that fatty because she only has a damage 1 weapon. All right, so after rereading that plenty of ammo for Kyoko, it's only for shotguns. So she's not gonna be able to reroll the submachine guns, but she needs the other, just the bullets, the ones that Phil has. All right, so this is where it's gonna get interesting. If depending on what we pull for spawning, because now we're in the yellow, fatty's gonna move in there. These guys are gonna move down. Zombie moving down. And these guys are gonna go this way since the noise is coming from this side. This zombie's just gonna move up. And he's gonna make his way up as well. And then we have these all moving up, because now they see the survivors. And he's just gonna move to the side. And now the very important spawning. Let's see what happens over there. We got 4 spawns we gotta survive here. Keep in mind now, we're in yellow. We got 2 walkers. Put them up there. Now the other side, we've got 2 more walkers because it's worse. Goody. All right, now this bottom, got another spawning. We've got 1 walker, not too bad. This is it. This is the last one. If this gets us a chomp, we're in trouble. So here we go. The last spawning, which is going to be for this side over here. And it is, no, it's not. It's going to be 3 more walkers. Whew, we dodged a big bullet. All right, so clearing off. Let's clear all this noise. And I think we have no choice, but we have to break that door down. Not break the door down. We need to kill that fatty because the only one that can do it is just Kirk. And we still need all that now. See, now the problem is, like, do I get those, come back this way, or do I break this door down and come back this way, knowing that there's a lot of spawning going on over here? All right, let's go with Asa first. First action, move. Second action, she's gonna go ahead and pick up that objective marker, and that's gonna give her 5 points experience. So that's gonna give her an additional action, which is really cool. And her third action, she's gonna move back over here. And then her last action, she's gonna go ahead and search. All right, so searching, let's see what she finds. And she, oh, actually these Molotovs, I'm supposed to create them. So, oops, my bad. Let's draw another card because it shouldn't be the Molotov. And then plenty of ammo, sweet. That's what Kyoko needs. And now she's done. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go with Phil, and he's gonna haul it over there because we need to get that objective. And I think I'm just gonna come back this way. I'm gonna leave them there, and I'm gonna try and clear some room here because we still need this objective as well. There's nothing over here. All right, so he's moving. So 1, 2, 3 to go ahead and pick that up. And then 4, he's just gonna move back and kind of get ready for the next round. All right, Kirk, here we go, buddy. Kirk's gonna go and swipe at this fatty. Let's see if we can take him out. We got him, fatty down. Gonna be an experience point for Mr. Kirk. And now his second action, he's just gonna shoot his submachine gun right into this, try and clear this out. He needs 5s or better. And he nailed all 3 of them. Nice shot, Kirk. And he's got another action. I wonder if I should move up and shoot. Oh, there's a fatty over here coming. I'm just curious if I should go move up here, because it took 2 actions, 3, and he can start clearing this out. The only problem is that he's going to be kind of alone. You know what? I am going to take a chance. Why not? Because we need to keep this. We need to keep pushing up. We need to keep pushing before more stuff starts spawning. So third action, move here. Last action, he's going to shoot. See if we can get a lucky roll and take out at least. And we get nothing. That was short-lived. All right, Kirk is on his own there. So the only one left is just Kyoko. And Kyoko needs a lot of experience. She needs at least 3 points of experience to try and level up. She's still only in the blue. All right, so three shots going up there. Here we go. And she got 2 of them. Perfect. That's what she needed. So 2 more zombies out. We're going to give her 2 experience. All right, so that was her first action. Second action, she's going to move up. And then third action, she's going to shoot over here. Her final action. Maybe she can get lucky and take out at least 2 more guys. Or actually at least 1 more. She gets 1 more, she can get that extra action. And she got 2. So 2 more zombies going down. We can't do anything to the fatty because he's protected by these guys. And even then, the Uzi only does 1 point of damage. All right, that puts her into the 7. She's gonna shoot again. Try and take out that last zombie that's left. And that went flying. Here we go. Nope, she missed. All right, she is done. End of the hero phase. And here we go. Let's start moving stuff up. So 2 zombies going into that square. This zombie's creeping up. 2 more zombies moving over here. Another zombie going this way because I keep forgetting to put noise. There's tons of noise right here. I can guarantee you that from all the shots. And then 2 there. He's moving up. And then these guys are moving to the side here. That is the one bad thing is I always forget to put them in noise markers. And I think that's everybody's movement. So let's start spawning. Here we go. Starting with the top. We're in the yellow. We got, oh, here we go. We got a runner. 1 runner coming up. We're gonna have to take him out quick. And then we're down to the last card here. So all that happens here is if we run out of cards, all you do is just reshuffle. All right, so then we got 2 walkers because we're still in the yellow, spawning over here. Then now I'm just gonna reshuffle so that we can start a brand new deck. Alrighty, spawning right over here. Let's see what it is. In the yellow, 2 more zombies. Let's go ahead and put the zombies there. Now, if at any time you run out of miniatures for a specific spawn, those specific zombies will get a free action. Pretty bad. So you kind of want to kill stuff because if a fatty is all over the board, there's tons of fatties on the board, and then you draw a card to spawn a fatty, well, those fatties are going to get a free activation. So that's the one thing that sucks about running out of figures. Whereas the cards, you just reshuffle. And the last one is 3 more walkers. And that's going to be right over here on this side. So I think we're going to go ahead and go with Kirk. And he's just going to use his axe. And he's going to try and smack down this fatty. Because in hand-to-hand, you don't need to prioritize. And he got him. Perfect. Kirk has been clutch right now. He is killing fatties left and right. So that's going to be an additional point for him. And then he's going to go ahead and swipe his axe 1 more time. Ah, darn it. Darn it, Kirk. Third action. Go ahead and smack again. Does he need a 3? No, he needs a 4. And then the last one is his last action. He's got to take out that fatty because Kyoko does not have any hand-to-hand. And he got it with a 5. All right, Kyoko's gonna blast over here. She's got 3 from her Uzi, her submachine gun. Blasting over there, so if we can't take out that zombie. And we got it. That's going to be a point for her. And then her next action, shoot over here. That's going to be just going to be her second action. And no, she missed. She doesn't have plenty of bullets because it's a shotgun. So third action is going to shoot again. And she got him. 2 6s there. God, I just saw the doors way over here. So we really need to regroup, get all the group together so that we can continue moving this way and plowing down. So I think she's going to stay there because she's only down to 1 action left. So we'll go ahead and stay there. Or let's go ahead and go with the Isa. And she's just going to move. She's going to move to there. Second action, she's going to blast that runner. And she does have plenty of bullets. She can re-roll. Nope. Third action, go ahead and blast again. Re-roll because of plenty of bullets. Got him. And then final action, she's just going to regroup. All right, Phil, let's move. Let's get going, buddy. Where is he? There he is. So we'll go 1. You know what? Second action, he's going to go ahead and search. He has 1 left. Maybe he'll get lucky and find another item we need. And plenty of ammo, more shotguns. Tons of shotgun bullets, but no shotgun. That was his second action to search. Third, moving. And then fourth, moving again. And that is it. That's going to be it for the hero phase. Let's go ahead and start moving the zombies. Zombie movement here. Zombie movement here. All these zombies moving up. And I think this is where the fatty is. And then more zombies moving up here. And we're still in yellow for spawning, so that's not too bad. But the way we're killing zombies, we're going to be in the orange. And that's going to spawn even more nastier stuff. Spawning on top. Here we go. In the yellow, we got 2 walkers. And then spawning in that corner over there, we've got 4 walkers. They get bigger and bigger. We got 2 there. Let's grab 2 more. Total of 4. And then another one spawning down here. We've got a runner. We just finished off a runner, and then the final spawning, which is right here. Let's see what it is. We've got 2 runners. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a problem there. All right, let's start with Kyoko first. She's going to go ahead and first action shoot right down here. Before I forget, let's go ahead and put a noise marker. All right, here we go. Needing 5s. She killed 1. Not too bad. And then second action, she's going to go ahead and shoot again. Let's put another noise marker there. And we got him. And then third action, she's going to move up. And then her final action, she's going to unload again there. She got 3 of them. Holy cow. All right, so she's going to have 5 experience points coming at her. All right, so she made noise there for shooting 1 last time. Everything, we got 1 zombie left, so let's go ahead and go with Kirk. Kirk is just going to move up. And he's going to go ahead and use his submachine gun there. Needs 5s. Got nothing. And then first action move, second action shoot, third action shoot again. And got it. That's 1 experience points there. So that's going to be 2 noise markers there. There's going to be tons of noise all over the place. And I don't think I can, really shouldn't move down here. I have all these guys here. These guys are going to spend 1, 2, they'll have 3 actions to shoot. Why not? All right, let's do it. He's going to move down just so that we can keep moving forward. We need to keep getting away from all that and just keep pushing. Okay, so last action, he's moving there. So now let's go ahead and go with, we're going to go with Phil. Phil's going to move. So first, second, third action, shoot in there. He's got 2 pistols. So shooting into this, and there's no fatty there. It's just 3 zombies. So we can reroll, plenty of bullets. And we got 2 of them right off the back. And then last action, shoot again. And he's got it, cleared it up, perfect. So 3 points for him. All right, so first action for Thaisa, she's just gonna move down to there, and actually there should have been 2 noise markers here. I think he shot twice. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did. Anyway, first action move in there. Second action, she's gonna go ahead and trade. So she's gonna reorganize her inventory. So she's gonna take the machete and she's gonna arm herself. And this crowbar, she's gonna trade it to Kyoko. So Kyoko's got a crowbar, and then she's gonna put the machete in her hand. All right, so there we go. In her third action, I think she's just gonna move down to get ready. And I think she's gonna be done. I think that's gonna be it for our heroes. So all movement, these guys moving down. And these guys hear noise. This is too far, so they're gonna go straight. Same thing, going straight. More zombies moving up to that area. This one hears the noise, and actually he sees them, so he's just gonna move there. These guys are moving up. Moving up. Runners activate twice. So moving, and then they would move again, and they're actually in the same square as these guys. And then now it's spawning. Here we go. So top area, we've got, they're in the yellow still. We don't have anybody in orange yet, so it's going to be 1 walker. And whoops, was there another? I thought there was another. Yes, right here. That's a runner. He should have moved another space. He moved there, then moved there. All right, so next spawning over there. Looks like it's 1 walker. Just place him over there. Oop, he should be with his group. And then the bottom spawning, we've got a runner. Ooh, a lot of runners coming from that area. Got another runner here. He's just gonna spawn down there. And then the final one, and it's just a walker right there, worse. Okay, so cleared off all the noise from the board. We're gonna go with Phil, or Kirk, because he's the only one that can take out these hand-to-hand guys. Everybody else doesn't have any hand-to-hand. Well, technically Thaisa does. She's got a machete, but I'll go ahead and go with Kirk. It's no big deal. Or you know what? Let's go with Thaisa. We're gonna go with Thaisa. She's got a 4 better. She's got a 4 better to hit. First action. No, she does not. Second action. No, she does not. Third action. She finally kills one, and then the last action, try and kill the last one, and she got him. She got both. All right, so Thaisa's done. So let's go ahead and go with Phil. Phil's gonna take his first action, shoot there. So let me get that out of the way. And it's gonna be 4s. Nailed 2 of them, but there's only 1, so it's gonna be a point there. Second action, he's just, actually no, third action, no, first action to shoot, second action move, third action shoot there. Nailed him with that 4, so it's gonna be 2 points to Phil. Wow, Phil's almost close to orange already. And he's the one with, actually no, he hasn't taken a wound, but, oh, this is gonna get tricky here, because now we gotta spawn that section. So, Kirk, let's do it, buddy. Here we go. First action move, second action, let's break it apart. And let's spawn these rooms. So first one right there, we're still in the yellow. We got 4 zombies, oh my gosh. So let's get our 4 zombies. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then the second room. And that is 1 runner. Great, just great. So second action was to move, was to crack it. First, second, and third, he's gonna shoot in there. He's got his submachine gun. Oh, it would have been a noise. Actually, 2 noises. One for Phil moving and shooting, and then for breaking down the door with the fire axe. Okay, here we go. Yeah, because he shot, moved, shot, and then that was it. Okay, making sure I get everything right there. So 5s. We killed 1, not too bad. So that's 1 point for Phil, or Kirk. And then his last action, he's just gonna shoot. Oh, God darn it. He didn't get anything. All right, we placed 2 more markers there because he did shoot twice with his Uzi. And, well, she's done. Nothing she can do. So I think we're gonna go ahead and go with Kyoko could move 1, 2, but that would leave her by herself, and there is a runner coming. I'm gonna take a chance. Here we go. So first action, 1. Second action, 2. Third action, shoot in there. She's got her Uzi also. And she didn't hit anybody. She needs a 5, and she doesn't have the bullets. Last action, just shoot again. There we go. 2 more zombies going down. 2 more noise markers there. So tons of noise going on there. There should have been 1 noise marker here. Not that it matters because they have visibility to her. And that's it for the heroes. We're really close to getting this one done. We got 1, 2, 3 objectives left. All right, so let's go ahead and move. There's no attacking because no zombies are in the vicinity of the heroes. I mean, they're in the same square as the heroes. So moving all there, moving up, moving there. This runner is gonna reach 1, 2. This runner is gonna go 1, 2. Nobody there. This walker is gonna reach here, and this runner is gonna reach there 1, 2. So hopefully we don't get an extra activation, or we'll be in some serious trouble. All right, so let's go ahead and spawn that area to the top. And we're still in yellow, so 3 zombies. Let's put them all there. Yes, we are still in yellow. So the fire corner over there, we've got 1 zombie. And then the bottom corner down here, we've got, oh no, I think that's a fatty card. Whew, we dodged a bullet. This is activate fatties once again. There are no fatties on the board, so we lucked out there. Nothing happens. So final one here, and it looks like it's going to be 3 walkers. All right, so survivors, here we go. Kirk, come on, buddy. We got this. Try and take out that runner. 4 better. We got him. Runner's down. That's going to be a point. And then he's going to go ahead and strike again. Go ahead and try and take out that 1 walker that's in with him. Whoops. No. And then third action. No. And this is his last action. Got him. And with that final kill, he's in the orange. So now I have to choose either a free melee attack or slippery, which means that he ignores any zombies in his space. I'm going to give him the free melee action. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to move my counter here, showing that he has 1 free melee attack. And he does not have slippery. Kyoko's going to move. All right, Kyoko's just going to move 1 here. Second action, she's going to pick that up. That's going to give her 15. And once again, she is also going to be in the orange. And she is going to go ahead and she's got Destiny and +1 to her dice to hit in melee. So I'm going to take a look at what Destiny is. I don't know what that is, to be honest. So Destiny is not bad. You can actually draw an equipment card. If you don't like it, you can actually discard it and redraw. That's actually pretty handy for these ARG cards or cards, because I think it would allow you to discard it without drawing the zombie, and then you could actually draw something else. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and pick her Destiny ability. So that means that she does not have +1 to die roast for melee, but she does have a chance to redraw something in the equipment. So she's got 2 actions left. She's going to go ahead and search. And of course, we cannot have the Molotovs because we actually have to make those. I need to keep in mind that I need to take those out of the deck before I shuffle. That was my bad. Sorry, guys. And then water. That's another one that we needed. I think all we need now is the, oh man, let me take a look, see what we need. I know we need 1 more item. We need the rice card, and that is it. Once we get that, we can exit, but we still need to get these objectives. Last action, she's just gonna go ahead and move. And she's gonna be waiting there. Phil's gonna go ahead and activate. He's gonna go ahead and shoot. He's gonna shoot over here and try and clear this out. We can reroll. So we got 1 so far. Second action, shoot again. And we can reroll, that's a double one. And we killed another one, and then third action, shoot for the last one. We got one more left. Reroll because of more bullets, plenty of bullets. And we got the last one. And final action, I think he's just gonna move in here with her, just to kind of give her some support. And now Phil is in the orange, and I think I'm gonna give him the +1 to die rolls for range. So he's gonna be hitting on 3s or better, rather than hitting on 4s, and that's gonna come in very handy. All right, last but not least, it's just Thaisa. She's just gonna go ahead and start shooting, or actually no, she needs to do hand-to-hand because Phil's there. All right, so 4 or better, try and take out that runner. We failed, second action, go ahead and smack again. We got him. So that's gonna give her a point. And now she's just gonna shoot over here. She's got her pistol, shooting into this little stack of guys here. And we got plenty of bullets, reroll, got him. And then her third action, got him. And then for her final action, you know what? I should have just stayed there because I could have broken this down and gotten this one. Yeah, I should have stayed with Phil there. That was my bad. These guys are gone. So I need to give her 3 points for Thaisa. And I'm thinking about doing that. Go ahead and just move in this way, break this down. We can break our way this way. Because yeah, we're already in orange. We're kind of in some pretty bad stuff here. So we're gonna go ahead and move her back here. Phil's gonna be by himself, and that's gonna be it. She's not close to orange with her 3 points she's gonna get, so she's still gonna be in the yellow. All right, let's start moving, everybody. So zombies moving forward, another zombie moving there. These guys are gonna move down. These guys are moving across. And there should have been a noise over here. So I would say 2 would go this way, 2 would go this way. They would split. And then these are gonna move up, move up. Runner's gonna go 1, 2, great. Right with Rick Grimes there. Nothing going on here. All right, so let's spawn. Top area. So we've got 1 runner. Oh, actually, no, we're in orange. A fatty and 2 zombies. All right, this area over here, we're in orange. We've got 4 walkers. Throw some guys over there. 1 more zombie. And then we got 2 more spawning areas. 1 over here. That is 2 more walkers. Luckily, we got another tray full of guys. And let's go ahead and put these guys down here. And then the final spawn. Here we go. How bad is it going to be? 3 runners. Oh my gosh. All right, so I did make a mistake here. Thaisa had used up 4 actions. So she technically couldn't have moved over here because that would have been a 5th action, and she does not have that. So she's actually stuck over here. She wouldn't have made her move this way. All right, so here we go. So I think what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead and go with Kyoko. She's gonna go ahead and break this down. And let's get this show on the road. Spawning, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. So starting from here, this way, the first one. Now we are in the orange. We've got, 3 runners. That is not good. Gonna have to clear that out quick because the runners could chomp down on us pretty quick just because they have the 2 actions. All right, second room. We've got 3 walkers, and we're gonna need to get some more zombies. Okay, and then the third room over here, all spawning out. We've got 1 runner. All right, so final room spawning, and looks like it's gonna be 4 zombies in that room. All right, so that was Kyoko's first action. Second action, she's gonna unload in here. She's got her submachine gun. So let's start blasting so we can't take out some of these runners. And she took out 2 right off the back. Perfect. So 2 zombies. I'm just gonna put it on her to make sure I add her experience. And then next action, she's gonna shoot again. So that was the first action, open the door. Second action, shoot. Third action, shoot again. And oh, darn it. I was hoping she would have been able to take him out, but no. All right, that would have been her third action. Fourth action, she's just gonna blast in there and try and clear out some of that. And well, she killed one. Not too bad, I guess. So we'll put that on her card just to make sure we add that. And then the next person to activate. I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go with Kirk. Kirk is gonna move down and he's gonna strike there. He's gonna need a 4, actually a 3 or better, because now he's at +1 for melee action. Oh wait, no, he gets a free melee action. So he's gonna go ahead and move and do his free melee action there. And he got it. So now he's gonna have his second action, because his first action was the move. He took the free action to swipe, and now he's gonna be to his second action. He's gonna shoot right over here. So 3 dice with his submachine gun. Try and take out these walkers here. And no, he did not. So third action, shoot again. And he killed one. So he's gonna have to, I think he's just gonna shoot one more time there because we need to clear it out. Nope, he did not. All right, let's go over here. Let's go with Isa. She's gonna go ahead and strike there. She got him with a 5, great. So took out that speedster. Second action, she's just gonna move down to here. And then third action, she's gonna shoot over here. She's got a pistol. And she can reroll, plenty of bullets. Missed. Third action, shoot again. Killed one. And then her final action, shoot again. Plenty of bullets. She got him. All right, so after her... Ooh, actually, she probably would have gotten a free action because she killed one there that would have put her into yellow. She would have moved over here. She would have shot again. She would have killed another, and that would have gave her in the orange. So that would have gave her either a plus free ranged action or a destiny. So I would have gone with the free action, the free range action. So she could have used that to kill the last guy, and then she's gonna have one last action. And I think that last action, she's just gonna move down into here. And then she is, actually she still has a free search. So I guess we'll do that as well because she has the +1 free search, +1 free action, or +1 action, then the +1 free ranged action. So she's pretty stacked. So she's gonna go ahead and do that free search action. And hopefully this doesn't bite us in the butt. And she got a flashlight. Great. All right, last but not least, it's just gonna be Phil. I'm gonna take a shot, see if I can't thin that out a little bit. So he's gonna have 2 shots. I need 3s. Nailed it both, perfect. So 2 zombies dead there. We'll put that on top of his card there, but because he's at +1 to range attacks. So second activation, he's gonna move. Then third action, he's gonna move down here. And then the last action, he's just gonna take a shot right in there to clear up that zombie. And he got it with a 5. And that's it for our heroes. Let's start moving. So no zombies with the hero, so no attacking, so it's just movement. He'll move there. These guys are moving there. These guys are moving up, and there would have been a whole bunch of noise over here. So these guys are just gonna go this way because there's no entrance this way. These zombies are just gonna move down. More zombies moving down. These zombies moving down. Moving across, moving down. These guys moving down also. We got this guy moving across, all 4 moving across. All right, so all movements. Final one, this runner is gonna move again. And let's go ahead and spawn, here we go. So spawn on top. We are still here, so 3 runners. Great. And then we got over there, we've got 2 runners. Great, now we're seeing all the runners popping out. And then we've got this spawn. And then we got 4 walkers. Luckily we killed a few so that we can spawn them through there. And then last but not least, that one section, and that is 5 walkers. All right, so after looking at some of the video, I messed up with Isa. She couldn't have moved there because she killed the zombie here, which would have put her 1 away from orange. When she came over here, her 3rd activation, she shot, she missed, she rerolled, she missed, and then her 4th activation, she killed the zombie, and that would have given her the either plus free range attack or the destiny. So she would have used that free range attack to kill the other zombie, but that would have been the end of her movement. She wouldn't have been able to move anymore. So I'm going to take away that flashlight, which she has there, and I'm just going to put it at the top of the deck because we know that's what's coming up next. Put that up on top, and we're going to start from there because she wouldn't have made it this far. All right, so now it's going to go into the hero phase. We've taken off all the noise, even though we haven't been keeping track of it, but we kind of can determine where all the noise is coming from anyways. All right, so now let's go on to the hero phase. So I think right here, we're going to go with Kirk. Kirk is just going to go ahead and strike that runner, and he has a free melee action. So I'm going to go ahead and do that free melee right now before it goes into his actual action points. And he's going to need a 4, and he missed. So now we're going to spend his first action to hit. He missed again, and then second action, and he missed again. Jeez. And then 3rd action, 4th action, finally. And that kind of blows because he wasted everything there just trying to take out that one zombie. All right, so let's go with Phil. Phil's going to move. First action to move. And then he's going to go ahead and take a shot over here, try and clear that out. He's hitting on 3s, and he got 2. That was his second action. 3rd action, he's going to shoot again, and he's got another 2. I think his last activation, he's just going to go ahead and, oh my gosh, if he does a search, we already know it's going to be the flashlights. I guess we'll go ahead and search, get the flashlight, and we're going to discard those shotgun shells. All right, so now it's going to go, let's go ahead and go with no, you know what? We're going to go with Kyoko. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to go with Kyoko. She's going to go ahead and start using her submachine gun. And she's going to start blasting over here. Here we go. So we need 5s. She nailed 1 for her first action. And second action, blast again. Killed another one, so that's 2. And then she's going to go ahead and spend her 3rd action to shoot again. She killed another one. All right, so final action, she's just going to move down into this area here. And I think what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and actually, no, that was her final action. She can't do anything else. She's done. Oh, whoops. She has a free search. She's going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and search. She's got a scope. We can discard it because she does have the destiny. Oh my gosh, that scope's so good. But we need our supplies right now. We are so close to ending this. Discarding it, drawing another card. More canned food, yay. Okay, so she is now in that same room. Somebody needs to pick that up. So I guess let's go with Isa. She's gonna go ahead and first action shoot over here. Actually, she's gonna do her free ranged action first. So 4 better. Hit. Takes out one of them. Now her first action, shoot again there. She misses. And let's go ahead and do her second action, shoot there again. Nailed him, good. Takes care of that guy. And you know what, we're gonna move down. Even though those are really close, I'm gonna move down. And she also has a free search. So she's gonna go down here for her 3rd action because she spent 2 up here to shoot. 3rd move there. 4th, go ahead and we could pick this up or do a search. You know what, I'm just gonna search and see if maybe we can't find that rice. And of course, now we're in trouble because we're gonna get a spawn there and she has no more actions. She's done. Oh boy. So one of us is gonna take a wound here. All right, let's start moving, everybody. Tons of noise over here. Zombies are gonna go this way. Zombies going down. Zombies going down. Zombies and fatties going down. Runners, 1, 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and move them all there. Going this way. We're gonna say going that way. I think they're supposed to split when they're the equal amount, but I'm just gonna play it with just one guy going down, just using it. I think it's the second edition that got rid of that whole splitting stuff. 2 runners, 1, 2, gonna go there. These guys are gonna move up. These guys are moving up. These guys are all moving. Actually, what are those? No, those are walkers. They're just moving up here. Whoops, missed one. Okay, so now let's start spawning. Here we go. From the very top. No one's in red yet. We're still in orange. So looks like it's gonna be, oh, all runners gain an additional action. All right, so where are the runners? I think there's 3 here. So 1, 2, they're gonna go to here. Or they do an extra activation. Yeah, 1 extra activation. So that means that they're gonna be able to do their 2 actions. So there's no runners here. It's just there. Walkers over here, walkers. I think there's 2 runners over here. Yep, right here. So they're gonna split. So we got 1, 2 going to there, and then 1, 2 going to there. And I think, I wanna say that's all the runners. Everybody else is nothing but walkers. All right, oh, actually, he would have bit first. He would have been the first guy to activate because he's actually fighting. So let's go ahead and we'll determine who's gonna take damage because there's 3 guys there. Let's go ahead and finish off the spawning. So right there, in that corner, we got a fatty and 2 zombies. Now down here, spawning. And it is gonna be, oh no, of course. Looks like we're gonna probably lose somebody here because all walkers gain 1 extra activation, 1 extra turn. So all walkers, these guys are moving down. He's gonna take a second chomp, and these guys are all moving across. All these guys are moving down. These guys are all moving down. These guys are moving across. These guys are moving up. This guy, he's moving down. These guys are all moving down. Only the walkers are moving. The fatty's staying there. And over here, all these walkers are moving down. And now, I believe that was everything. So let's do our damage. Let's see who's gonna eat it. All right, before we take that damage, I'm gonna spawn this last one. Let's go ahead and take that out. 5 walkers. All right, so 2 points of damage. That really messes us up because we lost a survivor. Thaisa is down for the count. Kyoko got wounded, and that is it. All right, so now it's do or die here because we can't afford to lose anybody else. All right, so Kirk, smacking, let's do it. Free action, and got it. So he still has his full actions. Taking 1 out. First action, smack again. Got him. That guy's gone. Another action. That's his second action because he got a free whack. Third action, pick up one of these. He's gonna gain an additional 5. And then 4th action, I guess just move out of there. So he's gonna move. I'm gonna move to there. And he doesn't have anything else, that's it. Wow, geez. He's up to level 30, but he's still in orange. All right, so now let's go with Kyoko. Kyoko is just gonna go ahead and, well, let's do I guess let's do a search. Yeah, I guess let's do a search and see if we can't find something. First action, actually no, it's a free action to search. So let's do that. We got water, we don't need water, she's got it, so we're gonna discard it to do our destiny and draw another card. And And she's got a machete, and well, she's gonna have to toss something. I guess we'll toss the crowbar. We're gonna put ourselves with a machete. All right, so that was her free action. She's just gonna blast up here. She's gonna spend one action to shoot. And she got all three. Nice. All right, that was a good roll. So that was the first second action. Go ahead and pick this up. That's gonna give her an additional 5. And let's see, searching was free. Shooting, first action. Second action was to grab that objective. She's got 2. So we'll move 1, 2, just to kind of go ahead and start making our way this way, breaking that down and try and spawn there. I don't know what we're gonna be able to do, but let's hope and pray. Only one left is Phil. He's just gonna spend 2 actions to move up. 1, 2. And then his last action, he's just gonna search, or third action. Oh, we need that machete. Oh, he's got the flashlight. He can actually draw 2, and I think he can choose 1. And glass bottles, that's what we need for the Molotov. Should I keep that? You know what, I don't think I'm gonna keep any of it. I think I'm just gonna toss both of them, because we're kind of filled there. We're kind of filled up. All right, so yeah, with the flashlight, he can actually draw 2 cards rather than just drawing 1. But I'm not gonna keep any of it. I'm just discarding it, and he can't break down the door because he has nothing to break it down with. So it's gonna go on to the zombie phase. That is all for our heroes. So let's start moving. We've got a whole swarm all coming into this area here. All that going into there. We got these runners, so 1, 2. We got these walkers all moving down. He's moving down. We've got these guys moving up. We've got, I think there's a runner here. Yeah, right there. 1, 2, moving to there. All these guys are just moving across. After a while, it's just so many zombies that we gotta move. These guys are all coming down. These guys are moving across, Fatty moving up, nobody there. All right, I think that's all movement. So let's go over there, let's start spawning. We're still there, so, oh my gosh, 2 fatties spawning up there. All right, so it's 2 fatties, 4 zombies. Now spawning over here on this edge, we've got 2 more fatties. All right, they're there. And now the bottom one down here, we've got 4 zombies. And last but not least over here, we're out of zombies. So if I get another zombie spawn, everyone gets a free activation. Or the zombies do. 1 more fatty, but no more zombies. So that means the zombies are gonna get a free action. Fatty there, all the zombies move. These guys are all coming down. I'm just gonna move everything, and then we'll show you what it looks like. All right, so zombies there, zombies moved up, zombies moved down, zombies moved up, and everything is a huge swarm here. We need to get out of there fast. All right, Kirk, here we go. We're moving in. First action, move. Second action, move again. Third action, break that door down. Nothing to spawn because we're going into the streets. And it makes a noise. Yes, it does, because it is an axe. So that means these guys are gonna probably turn around. So now he's gonna shoot out here. He's got 1 action left. It was 1, 2, 3 for the door, and then 4 to shoot. So here we go. These 5s are better. We can start clearing out some of this here. Well, you got 1, not too bad. And that's gonna be it, because we really don't wanna rush in there, because then we can't shoot. So I guess Phil's gonna go. Oh man, we can't open that door. That's not good. So let's go ahead and put a noise marker there. Let's do it. Phil, shoot. Let's do it. 2 shots. Going into this, we need 3s. 2 of them down, and then second action, because he has to shoot again. And he's gonna kill that last one because there's only 3 left. So So he's gonna have 2 actions left. Or let's say that was a free shoot that he has. I think he has. You think he had? Oh wait, no, it's just +1. He doesn't have a free shot. So no, that was his second action because he doesn't have free shot. He gets +1 to shoot. So I guess he'll just move out. Why not? I mean, we're kind of close to the end here. So he's just gonna move there, and maybe he'll get lucky and survive that. All right, so she's gonna do her free search. She's gonna search this room. We got gasoline. We're gonna draw another one because of our destiny, because we don't need the gas. Actually, we probably could have used that Molotov to blow up that whole room, but that's okay. Hey, a goalie mask. Nice. So I think I'll take a chance. I'm gonna dump the canned food because Phil has canned food, and we're gonna keep that goalie mask. And what the goalie mask does is it prevents 1 wound from going through. All right. So free action was to do that. God, it'd be suicide to go up there. It'd be 1, 2, 3, and she's only gonna have 1 action. You know, it's not worth it. So she's just gonna move. She'll go. She'll go 1 to there. And I think what we're gonna do, no, I was thinking about trading, but you know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna move out. I'm just gonna move out with Phil and just be ready. And just hope the spawning isn't too bad. All right, guys, this is the home stretch. Here we go. I'm gonna move everything because there's so much on the board. And I'll show you where everything ends up at. All right, everything moved down, really close to where they're at. These guys all moved on to this room. Runners moved up twice, and let's start spawning. So the top area, we're still in orange. We got 6 walkers, and we don't have any walkers. So that means we're gonna get free an additional activation for all walkers. All right, over here, we've got 3 walkers, and I think we're dead. Right here, that's 2, 4, 6, 7 points of damage. They're not gonna survive that. Both those guys go down. All these walkers are gonna spawn in here and move in here. Not spawn, but they're gonna move into there. And let's go ahead and draw that, because technically right now the only one left is Kirk. And then we have two runners, which we do have. And then last but not least is this one, but the game's pretty much over, guys. Looks like it's going to be 3 more walkers. That's another activation, and Kirk will go down to all this. They will just munch him out. And just like that, guys, we lost it. We had it for a brief minute, and we just got completely overrun. We just couldn't keep up and kill the zombies that we needed to. We needed to keep clearing stuff off so that way we can keep spawning, because we know that that deck is just going to keep spawning them every turn. And eventually we just ran out of time. And some of the weapons, there are some weapons that you can get that are a little bit farther shooting, like the sniper rifle and whatnot. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to get one when we needed it. And that ever elusive rice, we just could not pick that up. I don't even know where the heck that rice was. Oh look, there's a shot off shotgun. That would have been the next thing that we would have looked for. There's a magnum, but I still don't see any rice bags. There's a rifle, so a lot of good guns. But yeah, that rice that's pretty tough. So when you don't get your look at that, we got canned food, we got tons of water. I'm guessing all the rice is probably at the bottom. I don't know. Anywho, this one's a little difficult. You do have to work extremely carefully on how to get everything you need, because once you start leveling up, that's when everything just starts spawning really fast. So I'll try and play this scenario again, see if I can't beat it. I think going to those areas is the right choice because everything is kind of down here at the bottom, and with the exit being right down here, you kind of want to save these for the last thing. The only thing I'm thinking is I probably should have at least left 2 guys up here to maybe kind of keep shooting and taking out zombies, so that way we would have zombie models to still spawn, while the other 2 could have came down here and maybe did what they had to do. But I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if you what you guys would have done differently. But still a ton of fun. If you have multiple people you want to play with, I would highly recommend Zombicide for sure. Guys, if you enjoyed the content, please be sure to like the video down below, and don't forget to subscribe so that way you won't miss out on content like this in the future. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Everyone be safe, and don't forget, always paint your walls crimson. Take care.